Welcome back, folks, and thanks for joining us this morning. We're here today with Kimberly Olson. She is the owner of Tesoro Winery in Old Town Temecula. Yep. And we're also here with Tom Plant. He is a photographer who's going to be displaying his beautiful pictures at Tesoro on December 6th, correct?
December 10th.
Oh, December 10th, my bad. Well, and tell me, Kimberly, I know you guys are going to be putting together this art sort of sessions at Tesoro. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. We're calling it the Southern California Art Series. We'll feature a local artist at the winery on the second Thursday of each month, starting with December with Mr. Plant. And he'll bring along his artwork and display it. He'll be there to be able to talk to people. Folks, it's a free event. People can come in and nibble on little local artisan cheeses, sip a little bit of our wine, and view the artwork.
Very nice. And tell me, is this the very first time we're doing something like this?
This is the first one.
Oh, so you're the lucky first one there.
That's right. I'm the guinea pig, I guess.
Yeah, everything is going to be just fine.
It'll be beautiful.
I know it's going to be just amazing. And tell me, Tom, what's the name of this the show you're doing?
Well, Kimberly asked me to come up with the title for the show, and I thought about it, and we're going to call it Journeyman.
Why Journeyman?
I have a coffee table book of close-up flower photography called Flora. And my idea is, I've taken so many more photos since then of more than just flowers, and I've traveled all over, that if I do another book, it's going to be called Journeyman, and it's going to be pictures of my journeys around the world.
Very nice. So I'm guessing your sort of a style of photography is nature? Mostly nature, but I've started, I really enjoy taking pictures of people, capturing unique expressions, and just anything that catches my eye. If it looks good through my lens, I want to shoot it. And let me ask you, I know a couple photographers, and they always carry a camera with them. Do you do that as well? I'm slightly guilty. I'd say 90% of the time, but it should be 100%. Very nice. And tell me, Tom, how did you get started in photography? My dad handed me his Nikon camera when I was a young man, probably 13 years old. We lived in San Francisco, and I went to a place called the Palace of Fine Arts. Just a beautiful place that was actually built for the World's Fair around the turn of the century. And I remember taking photos of swans in the pond, and how excited I was to get the pictures developed, because back then that was way pre-digital, and you had to actually take the film in and have it developed and get prints. And I went, these are kind of cool. So I've been taking photographs ever since, and for the last 10 years it's been strictly digital. Very nice. And would you tell me a little bit about this picture you have going on here? Sure. About 3 years ago, I went to the Tahitian Islands, and this is the island of Bora Bora. This is the beach where we were staying, actually probably a couple hundred yards down from our room, which was right in the sand on the water. And I just thought the sky was so pretty that day, and the colors of the water in Tahiti, you really have to, they really are that clear, and they really are that blue. And the combination of the colors is just beautiful. It actually looks like a postcard. Thanks. You know, you can just go buy this and send it away and be like, you know what, I was there. Thanks. And it's beautiful. And how about the next one? Okay, this is actually from the book Flora. Okay. I took this picture in Bali, which is in Indonesia, and that's just a white water lily, and I think that's my favorite picture in the book. There's something about it. I think the contrast of the black and the white with that burst of yellow in the middle. Exactly. Yeah. It just really brings out the color in the middle of the flower. Yeah, stunning. And then I have one last one that I brought today, and this I took in Costa Rica near Jaco Beach, and I went on a crocodile tour down a river. But we saw so much more than just crocodiles, and I always get egrets and herons confused, but I think this is a blue heron. And I just happened to capture him as he was flying maybe a foot above the water. And I just like the feel. I like how the background is soft and the bird is in focus. It really makes it stand out. That's like the main focus of your picture. It's beautiful. And tell me, will we be able to buy your pictures at the event? You will. I have about 12 or 13 that are this size. They're 13 by 19. They're mounted on a foam board. They'll be available for sale. I have some 8.5 by 11s, some 5 by 7s, and I also have the flower book I was talking about, Flora, which I'll be signing and selling. Awesome. And if you run out of pictures with maybe books, how else can we get your pictures and or your book? You can always email me. It's Tom at Wineormous. Wineormous. WINEORMOUS.com. And I also display some of my photographs at my photography site, which is called Lenscapes, LENSCAPES.biz, B-I-Z.
And let me ask you, why Wineormous?
I got married this year on the 4th of July, and my wife and I, thank you, both discovered early on that we have a passion for wine, and we've been traveling all over. We've spent a lot of time in Paso Robles and, of course, a lot of time at the Temecula wineries, and I was selling real estate at the time and wasn't having a lot of fun, and we decided that I'd start a website and a blog called Wineormous. I just made up the name because it sounded fun to me. And so I visit wineries. I've met with Kimberly and Buzz and several others. I write stories and take photographs, and I put them all up on the website.
So this is how the connection got started, I'm assuming. Very
right,
nice.
exactly.
Well, thank God for you liking wine.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And Kimberly, how can we RSVP for this event?
Right off the website, tesorowinery.com, on the events page, you'll be able to click through and RSVP on there.
Very nice. And just a little brief question. What times are you open at the winery if we'd like to go do some wine tasting or something like that?
Sure, fabulous wines. You don't want to miss them. We're open 7 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 1 to 6, and then on Friday we open at 11. We're open till 8 or 9 o'clock. On Saturdays we're open a little bit earlier, 10 o'clock till 8 or 9 o'clock, and Sundays 12 to 5.
And the location?
We're on Front Street in Old Town Temecula, right off the corner of 6th Street.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Tom, and thank you, Kimberly, for coming in. I hope this event goes really, really well, and you sell lots of pictures and lots of books. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, and for you folks at home, we'll be right back after the break.